everyone, welcome back to the Mama Elephant YouTube channel. This is Rena. How is everyone doing? I'm glad to be back to celebrate Mama Elephant's big anniversary release. Remember to leave a comment on these release videos for a chance to enter a drawing to win a prize from Mama Elephant. The release will be available on September 15th. Make sure to join us all month to enjoy the projects made by the design team, friends, and guest designers. Okay, today we are kicking off Mama Elephant's big 9th anniversary release with Gnomie Tree and Mushroom Home. First up is Gnomie Tree, and this is oh so cute. I really love also the little images that it came with, and my favorite image of course is the tree, but I also really love that first stamp set with the little mushroom houses and the trees. I think it's so cute. Here's a look at the coordinating dies for Gnomie Tree. The little images also come with dies as well. Here is a look at Mushroom Home. This makes a great backdrop for your little gnome agenda stamp sets. I love this. I am loving the cottagecore kind of vibe that it gives. So I did cut out all the pieces and I will share that in a bit. I will be coloring the images using COPIC markers today. These are the colors that I'm using. And since we're going to be coloring a lot of holiday related stamp sets, I decided to just go with like one palette, and I'm gonna pull from these colors throughout the videos because I don't like to stress myself out. So I pre-picked the colors that I'm gonna use, and I'm just gonna pull from this set of colors that I selected. So I made sure there was a yellow in there, a green, a red, and then also neutral colors and skin tones. So hopefully those markers will kind of carry me through all of the stamp sets we're going to be coloring. So here is this is Gnomie Tree, and this is one of Mama Elephant's cluster stamps where there's a lot of images and they've done all the masking for you and it's one giant image. And these tend to intimidate me because it's a lot, because I always think if I mess up like one part of it, then I'll, mess up the whole thing. But this is super easy to color. Once you have one under your belt, it's easier to color the next ones. So I try to tackle it with color by color. So I did all of the skin first, E50, E51, and then I'm rolling into all the things that I think should be red, and then I'm rolling into the things that I think should be yellow, and then the hair. I'm doing like a lighter brown hair and then a darker brown hair just to give it a little bit of variation. So for the hair, I'm not really doing any blending, but I will be doing maybe 2-color blending for the hats and the outfits. So I wanted traditional colors for this one. I tried different color combinations and I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. So I decided I'll just go with red and green. And I'm coloring the hats red. I'm making sure there's like an even distribution of the red, and I'm even coloring all of the boy gnomes red if it lands in the right spot, and then green. So I'm not coloring all of the girls in red and all of the boys in green. I'm just doing it mixed up. So I'm just using the darker color and then the lighter color for the blending, like super easy. I like to kind of fade out toward the end of the image. So sometimes I'll leave a little white just to show some variation, and then flick the tip of the marker up just so it looks like you that you blended. So I'm also adding a neutral in here because it was looking a little too like pastel and primary colory to me. So I just wanted to add a neutral to balance things out. So some of the gnomes outfits are in kind of like a tan color. I always make up a set of new rules for myself whenever I color a new image. I always do it different every time. So I'm adding a little light gray to the beards so they're not stark white. And then now I'm going to add a little galaxy white gel pen sparkle situation. That is my latest obsession. Every card is probably going to have this. So I'm using the Uni-Ball Signo broad white gel pen, and I'm just adding these little crosses and dots and things just to add a little interest to the image. So you can color these any color you want. I did a purple one for practice, and for that one I did no blending, and I used, except for the skin, and I used my Ohuhu markers for that purple version. So here is Mushroom Home. These are all the pieces that it cuts out. And essentially you'll be making 3 different size mushrooms, and each of them has a top, a body, and a little fringe that goes across the top of the mushroom. And there are 3 different sizes of that, so it's really nice because you can really customize your scene with it. And there's a little baby one too. And then also it comes with different windows and doors. The door can open if you want it to, and a little branch with a little sign, and little rocks or stones, or you can use those little rocks or stones as little details on the top of your mushroom too. So I had a lot of fun with this. I loved putting these together. So we're going to make our second, we're going to color our second set of images. And these are the little images that came with Gnomie Tree. And I'm just coloring it using the same COPIC markers that I used for that first image we colored. So fun. I love these little houses and these little mushrooms and trees. I love them. So we're going to color in our little die cuts, and I used Distress Oxide inks, Antique Linen, Tattered Rose, Abandoned Coral, Bundled Sage, and Gathered Twigs. I had originally ink blended the body with Antique Linen, but I liked using the Tattered Rose more. So the littler pieces like the door and the window detailing, I decided to cut that out using some light gray and gray paper. So I'm just doing some simple ink blending. I just like to give it like a hint of color and kind of leave like the side of it white, like blend out into white, just so it has like a little bit of dimension. And this is kind of like the background, so I felt like it didn't have to be super detailed. So we're going to put the pieces together. I have that little door. I'm going to try to use every single piece in the set so you can see what it looks like. So we have the little door there, and then you can layer it on top of the other pieces, so it can look more detailed and you can have a different color showing through the windows. So I just did that. I think that's like the gills of the mushroom. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but I just did that a darker color than the top of the mushroom. So now we're going to make our little houses, and it's so cute. I love it. So to adhere that, you only put glue in the outline of it if you want your door to open. So we're just going to leave that open like that, and then we're going to put together the rest of our houses. I'm going to try to do one of each size. So that was the big one. This is the medium one, and it's the same thing, it's just smaller. And I'm just gluing it together. I'm kind of checking out my spacing. And then I want to use this cute little sign. And you can use these shapes for anything you want. I just decided to make a little sign. I'm going to do a little window there. And it was just, I cut it out using that gray paper because I didn't want to ink blend something so tiny. So that's why I used the gray. And so these little circular pieces, you can use as stones on the ground, like cobblestones, or you can use it as a detailing on the top of the mushroom. I love the little sentiment that comes with the stamp set. It's sending joy and peace and joy to all my gnomies. So cute. I'm using it's an older Tags-a-Lot set. It has this banner that I wanted to use, and it fit perfect. I'm also using this die as a backdrop. That is the Rolling Waves cover die, and it comes with clouds that I didn't want to use, but I thought that bottom part was like a nice snowdrift situation. So I'm backing that with red cardstock, and then I'm just going to simply adhere my Gnomie Tree and then also my sentiment. Because it has different layers, I'm foam taping some parts and then gluing other parts. And then of course my new obsession, the whole Sparkle Galaxy white gel pen situation. It's happening on every card. So I just love the way it looks. And then I just make little crosses and little dots, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And I was so scared of white gel pen before because I'm not really good at doing the highlights and stuff, but once you do it and then you practice and then you keep doing it, you just get comfortable with it. So we're going to make our second card. The frame I'm using is oval Deco frame. I love all of the border details on it. So we're going to take all of the little mushroom houses we made and we're going to place them on front of the card. And then I'm going to also use the little images that came with the Gnomie Tree stamp set just to kind of make a little kind of like town situation. So whenever I make a card, I don't really concern myself with it looking realistic. I'm like more about like placement and color, and if it doesn't make sense a little bit, like I'm okay with that. So I loved like the little houses, and I had imagined like these little like houses on top of mushrooms, like these little tiny like worlds. So I just wanted to use like all the images, and I thought it would really be cute to put them on top of the mushrooms. So I really love these like extra images that the stamp set comes with because they're so cute just to make a simple little card. So I'm just cramming everything in there. I'm going to add all of the little birds and hearts that it came with. The die set also comes with this little piece of grass that's super cute that I'm also going to add as well. I also wanted this card to match the other card. I'm not sure why, but I did use the same sentiment and I used the same banner die from Tags-a-Lot. It's a really old stamps creative cut set. So now I'm looking at it. I'm trying to see how I want to fill space. I'm adding the hearts where I think it needs some color. And then once again, we're doing white gel pen. I just wanted my cards to look very snowy and sparkly and like happy. And I love the way white gel pen looks on top of the ink blending. Like a lighter color. It looks so good to me. So here is pictures of the final cards, and we have day one behind us. Make sure to join me tomorrow for more of the Mama Elephant anniversary release products. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have an awesome day. Stay safe and happy crafting. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.